When talking about V, I did say I'll never talk about Victor again, but then I covered it once, and then Spiral Breaker came out, and it was so good, we're gonna do it again, because they gave us the correct Extreme Battler starter. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here, and today I'm back to cover V Nova's best deck, Victor. But of course, I don't like playing best decks, so today we have Fate of Fourth.
I love Triple Drive.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about Victor with the brand new support, which is basically Spiral Breaker, and how he really innovates this deck all over again with all of the promo support Victor has been gotten. He really gives Victor so much consistency, so much multi-attack, and we got the correct starter. It's hard to pass up the opportunity to say, oh, I won't cover this deck. So, since we're all mulling over the current Divines announcement, let's take a look back at, one of our favorite non-over-trigger formats, which is, this is the only one, let's be honest, and let's talk about it.
For the record, this video is filmed before the Divines announcement.
For grade 3s, we play for Victor.
Yeah, a lot. And then, okay, so this is Extreme Battler Victor. Please be reminded that he's Extreme with 2 X's, not 1 X, so you cannot search him out because his skill says, when placed on the Vanguard circle, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, you choose one Extreme Battler, Extreme with 1 X, and call it for free. Yep. You call it an XL circle, whee!
That's it.
And then his second skill is that when you attacks, you counter +1, soul +1. You choose one of your rear guards and stand it. If that unit that you stood has if this is the second, when you use this Victor skill, if the timing that you stand that rear guard is the second time that he has stood this turn, that means that you get drive +1. So basically, it's like you have a rear guard, it swings. Let's say you have like Kiki Typhoon, it swings. You use another Kiki Typhoon, CV1 restand, it swings. You use Victor, you use CV1 soul +1, you restand it, then you get your triple drive. So this rear guard has to have basically has to have had 3 actions, has to have done 2 actions this turn for him to get a triple drive. If that makes sense. So overall, Victor is just a very win more card, and he's basically just a good enabler for the rest of the deck, as he's always been, just giving a very generic restand and also helping you plus off, because he doesn't get any power, which is one of the bad things about Victor, but otherwise it's just a very strong card.
Yeah.
Free plussing is good.
Free plussing is always appreciated.
Yes.
Moving on to our grade 2s. Our grade 2s, we play 4 copies of
Kiki
Typhoon,
Typhoon, 4 copies of Extreme Battler Zazanda,
and then we play 4 copies of
Dosledge,
and then we play 4 copies of
Spiral Breaker.
Spiral Breaker.
So we'll go over the old cards first. We have Dosledge. The Dosledge is an Extreme Battler with 1x. I mean, honestly, the rest of the deck will all be Extreme
Yeah, it's
Battler
all just with 1x,
yeah.
guys.
So his skill is is for the number of times that he stood this turn, activate the following effects. First time he stood by card ability, he gains 10,000 power until the end of this turn. Second time he stood by card ability, he soul charge 1. Third time he stood by card ability, he gains another 10,000 power, and until the end of this turn, when he attacks, you cannot guard with Sentinels.
Yep.
So honestly, for those, this is really the only target that you want to be really withstanding, because he is of course the one that profits off the most, because he has a shopping list of skills that you can really try to fulfill in order to get the Sentinel Restrict. Not that Sentinel Restrict really matters in Nova Grappler because you attack so many times, but when it comes out, it works. It's good.
It's just nice to get so much extra power.
Yes. Then we move on to Kiki Typhoon. So Kiki Typhoon is one of the enablers of Victor's playstyle, which is just mass restanding a single rear guard and continuously punching the same rear guard. So his first skill is that Vanguard or rear guard circle. When he's placed on either the Vanguard circle or an additional rear guard circle, so only on the XL. Only on the XL.
You can see it.
You choose one of your rear guards and you choose one of your other rear guards and it gives 5.
5, yeah.
So usually you just choose Dosledge and then you give it 5. Yeah,
simple,
because it's just for better magic number. Because then Dosledge can become a solo attacker because it's just 14. And then because you gotta keep withstanding the Dosledge, so that 5k will go along with for the whole turn. And his second skill is once per turn, when he attacks on the rear guard circle, if all of your front row rear guards are rested, Counter +1 stand one of your rear guards. So basically, he should be the last restander that attacks, so that you can profit off of the whole of Dosledge completely, as well as also you sequence him so that you don't use up all your CB, because you always want to make sure that you have 1 CB at the end so you can use Kiki Typhoon. You may notice that we're not playing Cool Hang. So Cool Hang is another option if you find that the restriction to have him be the last attack is having him the last restander is a bit whack because if you rather minus your free advantage so you can have a better so you can profit off of certain cards that need to attack last, then sure you can also do that. Cool Hang is fine. Then now we move on to all the promos. So we have Extreme Battler Zazanda. So this used to be the original big beater for Victor, but now he decides to be more liberal about it and decides to turn the power game into a democracy.
Yes.
Now everyone gets the power because his first skill is that when it's placed on the Vanguard circle, when it's placed on Vanguard circle, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and you choose out to one Extreme Battler with 1 X and you call it. It's a grade 2 or lower Extreme Battler
with 1 X.
With 1 X and call it. So basically that means that anything that's not Victor you can basically call because everyone else is an Extreme Battler, 1X is grade 2 or lower. So he's just better consistency and also he basically your best Vanguard right target because all your other Vanguard right targets are pretty sad because they're all rearguard skills and you need them for later on. So he's just the best right target. Second skill is that when your rearguard restands, if this card is on an additional rearguard circle, this unit and that unit both gain 5. So, knowing what Victor does and knowing how many restanders we play in this deck, naturally, like Zazana is going to become very big because number 1 is sitting on Excel. Number 2, he gives 5k to both the restander and himself. And with the number of times you're going to restand those decks, you're going to get like 20k, 30k in one turn. So generally, it's solid numbers, but of course, it's not like stupidly high numbers that he used to be able to achieve, like 69k or some shit like that in G era. But it's fine. Because at least now you spread the power more evenly and you profit off of Excel, so it's just still very strong. Oh yeah, so you do have to choose sometimes whether you want to have want to have Kiki Typhoon on the Excel or Zalanda on the Excel. So naturally that's why when you mulligan you do want to try and keep one Victor in your hand so you can eventually have 2 Excel markers, so you can have 1 Zazanda, 1 Kiki Typhoon. Yeah.
And next up we have Spiral Breaker. This is the right fix promo for Nova Grappler. So yes, we are back to doing this again. Here's the generic right fix skill, which is at the beginning of your right phase, if your Vanguard is grade 1 or less, discard this card from your hand, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one grade 2 or less card from among them and add them to your hand. This gives you infinite consistency for basically any of the key parts that you're missing in Victor's endgame. It also gives you Zazanda early, which means you have a good right target. Or if you want to talk about grade 1 right targets, you also get the deadly Soul Saucer. But we'll get to that later. Yeah. Now let's talk about his second skill.
Because his second skill is actually the same as the original Cool Hang, which is very funny. It's very funny because we took Cool Hang out of this deck. But basically his skill is that when he attacks while boosted, so he has Amber Clone or G era, Soul Blast 1, and you stand one of your rearguards. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you get to stand the entire column instead of just standing one rearguard. So there are some boosters that actually do gain power when you restand them, so that will make it a very, very deadly combo. But if you're going first, honestly, like you can just discard him for the first effect because being able to consistently get out your correct right targets is much more effective than just getting another restander because we already have Victor, we already have Kiki Typhoon, and we have one more grade 1 that also helps us with our restanding. So just have some discretion, know when to call him out, know when to discard him because you need your better pieces. Because he's not the best card in the deck.
But he helps.
But he facilitates in getting to the best cards in this deck.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Moving on to our grade 1s. Our grade 1s, we play 4 copies of Arashi, 4 copies of Gambalagan, 3 copies of Saucer, 2 copies of Claydol Mechanic.
Yes. Wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's
okay, no, I was double checking. Okay, so we're gonna go with Soul Saucer first. So the Saucer skill is that on Vanguard Circle when his attack hits you draw 1. Oh my god, Saber Dragon knew it.
So strong.
My favorite card. Then his second skill is that once per turn, when this card is stood by card effect, and it gains 10k until the end of the turn.
Yeah, so this is your next backup restander, but it's not good. But it's a decent option to have. He's still an Extreme Battler name, so like realistically you can't really say no to that.
Now Spiral Breaker is not it's not technically locked to grade 3, so if you go first, you can ride Spiral Breaker and then you can attack with Soul Saucer, then you can restand him, he's 18k beater.
Yep, so you can have a mini like Victor turn just one turn earlier.
Yes.
Which is nice.
It's not bad.
It's all good applications.
Yes. Then we have Gambalagan, which is 4 copies because he is the other generic restander for Victor. So once per turn, when this unit attacks on Rearguard Circle, if your does it?
Yes.
Yeah, your Vanguard is Victor. You Soul Blast 1, you choose one of your Rearguards and stand it, and this unit gains 5k. So he's a magic number 13k beater. Haha, false numbers.
Amazing. And he gives you 1 soul for 1 restand. He's the best grade 1 this deck.
Yeah, but of course, having he's not intercept, so you are dangerously close to dying if you have him in the front row as compared to Spiral Breaker. But at the same time, sometimes you have to weigh costs, because if the restand does win you the game, that doesn't really matter. Next we have Arashi.
Yes, Arashi.
My favorite $40 card.
He's not $40.
So when placed on Vanguard Circle, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you choose one grade 3 from among them, add into your hand. Yes, this includes your Hill Guardian. And you add it to your hand, shuffle your deck, you choose one card from your hand, discard it. Filtering. Yeah. I love Vanguard Zero.
Yes.
Then his second skill is that continuous Vanguard Circle. If a unit has restood this turn by card effect, this unit gains 5k. So it's a very, very easy 13k booster for Nova Grappler, because everything in this clan restands.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? You're not playing a restand, you're playing God Hand. What are you doing? Then we have the tech option, a very, very classic Conway card, which is Claydon Mechanic.
He plays this all the way to NG.
So Rearguard Circle, when placed, if your hand, if your combined count of rear guards and hand is 4 or less, oh my god, you're going to overload at the end.
Oh my god.
Draw one. So, and in the absolute worst case scenario of your Victor game plan, he is on Z0, which is not bad, but it's not. I mean, if you're getting to that point in the game in V series,
you are losing.
You're pretty dead.
Yeah.
His second skill is that when you counter blast,
retire this unit.
When on Rearguard Circle is that when you counter blast, you can retire this unit to draw to counter charge one.
So this -1 is for you to help you keep up your gas, to be able to just counter charge.
Because we do have a lot of CV cards in this deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is that you only play this at 2 because it's like your last resort.
Yeah. And also mainly it's good to ensure that you do not you don't stay at you don't have to be at high damage on turn 3, because then you need 2 CB for your Victor turn. But if you have Claydon Mechanic on the field, you only can do the whole turn with just 1 CB.
Yeah. So you can get him out
so
relatively
you can get his Q turn out by staying at low damage and well as profiting off your heal guards.
Yep. And for grade 0s and triggers,
Extreme Battler Rumble.
The
fight which is released from prison thanks to History Collection.
Yes. This is the only good thing about History Collection. This is.
Hey, what about my G Victor reprint?
No, this is the only good thing.
What about my Vanguard Zero Victor? I love Vanguard Zero.
Everyone loves Rumble. Come on.
Yes. Okay, so
but the trigger lineup is kind of self-explanatory.
It's quite so we fork away a Twin Blader because job PDs are very important. Because honestly, there's no need for you to play the Crit Sentinel, because this deck is not reliant on crits. It's reliant on
draws.
It's reliant on retiring on pushing your opponent to 5 and then just having a lot of little attacks.
Yep.
It's like you can do that without crits. This is the one deck that I would say crits are not very impactful, but they do help sometimes. It's not the closing game. So generally, you can even go so far as to play 6 draw in this deck, but it's a bit risky because triple drive, of course, checking crits is always good.
Yes.
You know what's also always good? -2 crit.
Yes.
So the Hill Guardians is definitely one of the best parts of this series. I still wish this was in D, but alas, Divine Z is in 5 days, 6 days.
Divine Z is in 4 days.
Yeah. So if you don't know what Hillguard does, please go and watch the recent premium deck set video, because they do explain to you what Hillguard is.
Why not just watch any of our VDeck profiles?
And of course, we played
He crits.
Yeah, Red Lightning and the other crit.
What do you mean?
I suddenly cannot remember the name. Oh my god. But of course, Red Lightning and Shining Lady. Yeah, so I don't have. I suddenly remember I don't have to talk about the difference between playing 4K crits and 5K crits. Yeah, because we are playing the better form now.
And yeah, that pretty much wraps up Victor for V series.
It's a very simple deck. It's a very straightforward deck. You just slam face. Your opponent checks 2 defensives, you cry. They check no defensives, you win the game outright. Just go and have fun. Because I think this deck is also quite cheap, because Victor as a VR fell off faster off the face of the earth than, I don't know, Azure Dragon, Illumino Dragon, I don't know.
And the right fix promo really helps. It gives you an additional card to help you restand, and it helps you get consistency to your lower grades, which is something Victor has thoroughly needed, because he's a guy that is mostly just 1 grade 3 and then the rest all grade 2 lowest, so the right fix really helps him out. This guy has proven results both in Premium as well in V. Premium in Japan, mind you, when they don't play Premium. So
Yeah.
the fact that they went out their way to play this,
I mean, basically, the whatever you've seen in this video, you throw out like one Arashi to play the G1, and like you throw out like Soul Sorcerer to play Zubat, and you play Gosachi. You basically have a premium
deck profile right there, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna do that because we can't afford Harmonics Messiah.
Yeah.
Thank you all
Or
so
can
much.
we?
Or can we? Or maybe. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe. Ask Kidani first. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.